Hello. I thought I had an okay sleep on Saturday, and I've been quite active yesterday. Was I active? Cooked me a meal. Did the jigsaw for 2 hours last night. What else did I do yesterday? I slept better on Saturday night, and now look at it. It's like I've had one decent night's sleep, and it's like I've gone to sleep last night about 12. Woke up at 1:30, and I'm sat here, and I've just realised the time because it's so dark. It's nearly 5 a.m. I think. I've been sat here for 4 hours thinking I'll go back to sleep soon. So I got to try and help my son do the bathroom. It's a bit too much for me at the moment. I was doing a tiny little bit for my dad, which was just right. It was chunks, a few hours one day, maybe an hour or two the next, and it was just slowly helping me get there. So we're going to take this stuff now and see. Oh shit. It's flower essence, back flower remedy. I won't take sleeping tablets because they can affect your sleep forever. Like the weed has done something to my, what do you call it? It used to knock me out, very micro amount. I can't obviously show you it, but just like a pinch of that, and I just go knock out. Obviously, I couldn't let go to go to sleep. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because I had a lot of stuff going on in my head. I still do, but now I've got to let go without it. Just got to face it. So I'm taking that now. I didn't realise the time. I don't sleep with my phone next to me. I put it on flight mode because it can affect your sleep. So I've got some. Once I get past this week with my son's bathroom, hopefully it'll be nearly done. I'm thinking about joining a gym. I've got a gym in here, but I just don't find myself using it very much. But the way it's going at the moment with the jigsaw, you've seen what it was like a few weeks back. Wasn't very well. I don't feel more my unwellness because that's quite negative, So I'll film my insomnia a bit because this stuff's working. I think it's important. If anybody out there is struggling, right? I can't remember the stuff I've done for my sleep. I can't see very well. It's back flower. I think it's called Rescue Night. It's helped me 2 nights out of the last 7. So if this helps tonight, that'd be 3 nights out of the last 7. Do you know what I mean? And this isn't no pharmaceuticals, So obviously with my liver and the problems I've been getting inside with my colon and the flatulating and not being able to go to the toilet. I don't like saying about it, but I've had the for nearly a year now. Not so much the last month because I've been taking a lot of vitamin C and something else. I won't tell you what it is. If you ever see the Bristol stool chart, I've been on number 1 for nearly a year. Not nearly a year. What month are we in? August. 7 months. Like the Bristol stool chart, I'm on number 1. That's what I've been like literally 80% of the time. Don't even go back to the doctor because end of last year I went there. I had the stool sample 22nd of December. I had the results saying nothing was wrong. And then I couldn't go to the toilet for a month. I had to use castor oil. I only use natural remedies. I don't use any pharmaceuticals anymore. I've done all that. And I did some years ago that I won't take them because of that. So I'm filming my insomnia. It's 5 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. I've been tired. I just can't let go. This is my problem. So that's why recently I've put I'm trying to do some part-time work, but it's turned into a bit of a big one, which is a bit extra, too much stress. This bathroom's too much for me. It takes about 2 hours, I think, but I don't want to take tons of it. I don't want to end up needing to rely on that. Maybe I know you won't because it's not a pharmaceutical, but I don't want my mind to think I need it. So can't even see. Somebody said hello. Did somebody say hello? I'm so sorry, I can't see. I put my glasses on. I didn't expect anybody to watch me at this time. Where's my glasses? And my knee's been blown up. I took a picture the other day. What have I been taking? What did I take for my knee? I've been taking, and I'll say hello first. Hello, Sad. How are you, buddy? Hello, Shay. How are you? Hello, Sung. Is it Sung Sion? Hello, hello, bro. Sad poetry. Let's have a look. What time is it for you? I think it's 5:15. I went to sleep at. It was around about 12, and I went to sleep and I woke up and I felt I had a little bit of a sleep, and I looked at the clock. It's 1:30. Been awake since then. Oranges. I'm taking vitamin C every morning to cleanse my colon. I'm doing a vitamin C cleanse. I haven't done the massive cleanse. I got to do one where you dose up all day long until you end up needing to go to the toilet. So we're going to try that in a week after I finish my son's thingy. I can do that. SIBO. What's SIBO? I know that word. SIBO. What's that? I know that word. I have gurgling in my colon from a year ago, and it was gurgling. Stopped gurgling when I was stopping because I was doing weed to sleep, and I'm eating sugar obviously because you get the munchies, and I was gurgling heavily. Then I stopped doing the weed, then I stopped doing the sugar, and then the gurgling dissipated again. Do you know what I mean? So I'm doing what's called vitamin C stuff at the moment. It's supposed to be good for antioxidant cleansing. I've just been watching loads of videos of it. I saved it into my parasite cure section and my the cancer cure section as well. It's supposed to be quite good for that as well. And I also do something else. What else do I do? I can't remember. I got loads of stuff over here. So we're going to do a massive vitamin C cleanse next week where you keep dosing up all day long. So 3 grams every 15 minutes until you want to go to the toilet. And then apparently it's looking pretty good. I reckon that one be, because there's a bit of a worry for me at the moment, that is. It's getting better though. Since I stopped eating sugar, since I've been going keto, I don't like saying it because you're talking about that, part. I've had a couple of almost normal toilets this week, so the vitamin C's working, baby. I might do the big dose now. Now I'm starting to trust the vitamin C, even though it tastes horrible. I'm going to do that dose thing where you just take one. What I'm doing is just one, and I'll do that every 15 minutes until you need to go to the toilet, and then you do it the next day. But you only do 75% of the dose or 50% of the dose, and you do it the next day. I think you do it for a week or something. I've just been watching loads of videos. I'm going to end up sharing all my stuff that works, that's natural, because I won't do pharma, So, I think it's parasites, mate, because I don't like saying too much, but there's a certain time of the month, right, that parasites like to be active and you get a bit itchy. Let's just say that, and that's exactly what was happening to me. Do you know what I mean? So I had the gurgles, so I'm feeding it, hence I'm doing keto to starve it. And doing something else as well. What was I doing? And then every once a month I was noticing I was getting a bit itchy, let's just say that. And that's when they like to, around about the full moon or the new moon or something. I've done loads of research on it. I can't say your name, but it looks Arabic-y, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Trying to get myself some work, get myself active in the sense of a structure, not just an exercise thing. I do a couple of press-ups now and again. I went to my local park and they've got like an assault course there. I tried to do that yesterday. Couldn't even do one chin-up, but at least I tried. I ride my bike a few times a week to the shops, but I'm not going at the moment because I'm too tired when I'm doing that over there. But it's helping, it's forcing me to go out and do stuff, That's all you can do, except for the sleep bit's a nightmare, not having the energy. So that's why I'm sat here. Don't want my main light on. You can see that. I can see a dark room basically. It took me about 2 hours to get this in my system. I'm lucky. I said to my son I won't go round there until at least 12, so I've still got another. Hopefully I'll get sleep in 2 hours, so I can get a couple of hours sleep in. No, I need more than that when I was only there an hour. Right, so hopefully we can get about 3 or 4 in. And I'm only going over there for an hour or two anyway. I'm going to have a little, hopefully by the end of the week it's done. Then I can go back to something a little bit more manageable for me. I was doing a couple of hours a day for my dad, cutting his grass because he's not very able. So I had to cut his grass, do some DIY for him. His sink was broke. He's only got one hand, so I had to fix his plug. He didn't have a plug or whatever you call it. Not a plug, one of these levery things. It was all broke, so I had to switch that for him. It took me a year. I promised him I'd do it a year ago, but I've been too ill. So I finally did it. I filmed it, I think. Yeah, I filmed it. So, many thanks for the thumbs up. Sorry if I didn't say hi. I didn't say thanks. So, and I'm going to get a bed. I haven't got much money though. I was buying one last year, but something not very nice happened, so it made me not want to buy the bed. Maybe I'll buy a bed. Then I can go. I got a plan. That stuff works. I think I'm starting to trust that stuff. So I'm gonna use that stuff and I'm get myself a bed. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Listen to this road. Because it was quite hot now. Wait for a car. So maybe a car might wake me up now and again. The bin men wake me up, I think. Well, maybe I don't hear the noise, but maybe it does. Look at that. If I sleep in my other room, I might get woken up by that sometimes. That'll help. But I got to get to bed. So, we're getting there. Never give up. It does work what I do. It's just keeping it going, do you know what I mean? And not having a dark moment. So, we're getting there. Get a part-time job. I'd rather do my handyman work. Go back to doing that. That's why I'm doing that stuff for my dad. My son's thing is just a bit too big for me at the moment. It's really doing me in. But can't let him down. Got to do it, baby. It'd be good for me. Good to film it as well. It's creative. Gives me something to do. I haven't edited it. I've got a couple of little videos. It's been so hard I've not been able to do it properly. So hopefully, officially, I might be part-time soon. Start that way. Maybe a gym. Not sure about a gym. But it'd be good to get me out on my bike. But I've got a gym in there. I think I'll move my computer in that room. And then that'd be me starting to build my bedroom up. And then I can get in the bedroom. That might help my sleep. But the positivity puzzle's been working. Thank you to anybody who's been watching me. You've helped me wash up, because I didn't want to wash up a few weeks ago. And you can see it works, what I do. No pharmaceuticals needed, people. Just a lot of grind and a lot of not giving up. And I keep trying and getting up again. Falling forward, I call it. So, and healthy eating, which is not easy when you're not very well sometimes. You end up going over to takeaway. Don't do me well. That certainly don't help the old colon. So, we're getting there. Keep trying, baby. Ah, dear. Time is it? 13 minutes. Oh, it's the stress of trying to get back to sleep. If I've got the stuff in the cupboard, I can take that now. I'll be asleep within 40 minutes. Like, it just keep a cycle of it going, and I'll end up getting the munchies, and then whatever's going on in my sides will start feeding on it again. The sugars and whatnot, carbs and sugars feed stuff, people. You don't want to be feeding it with that crap, giving it all its energy. So we're doing the keto. I wouldn't say we're enjoying our keto like we did last year. We were a bit, if you've seen some of my videos last year, and I was quite excited about my food sometimes. But it gets a bit depressing when you got to keep changing your diet. And then some horrible shit happens out there and it makes you destabilised, and you go off and you go and do your weed when you've just quit it for 14 days. And then you're back on the sugar, and then you're gurgling again, then you hate yourself for being back on the weed and the sugar, and then you're gurgling, and then you're going over to takeaway every day because you're too depressed to go and make your own food again. But we're getting there. It's not as fast as I was last year. If you watch my end of last year stuff to what I've been recently, this one's slower, but it's working. And I bought this. Don't ask me what it is, but it's to make my own soup. So I'm trying to implement my own foods, whereas I used to just rely on healthy stuff, but it would be made. So I'd find a healthy takeaway, or what did I used to eat? I used to eat a lot, drink a lot of smoothies, go to a organic shop, and then there was another place, so I'd have to like a burger, an organic burger or something like that. But I'm starting to be able to prepare my own food. I'm half capable now, I think. I didn't want to make my own food again the other week, but I finally did it again. We'll get there. We're getting there. The sleep's a nightmare. If I get a bit more sleep, I can definitely part-time job. Definitely. Not part-time job. I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to do handyman. And I'm going to have a go at my content creation properly again. Learn how to edit. I still don't know how to do a proper thumbnail. The only thumbnails I do on here, I take a picture and just upload it. That's about it. You know? I did some thumbnails years ago, but that was on a PlayStation, and you're a bit limited. I want to learn how to make a thumbnail. I wanted to learn a bit more of the Premiere Pro. And then what was the other thing? After Effects. So whatever it be, probably a game channel, my life channel, what I'm doing now, where I'm well, and it just shows it all works what I do. That's my plan. That's where we're going. Just annoyed that I've only had an hour's sleep and I've got to go and do this for my son. If he weren't there today, he won't going down there today. Actually, I could probably tell him not bother if I don't get enough sleep. I just say, don't know what I'll do it. I went there the other day with only like 3 hours sleep. It was not good. So it's too much for me at the moment. But we're trying. We're trying. Never give up, baby. I haven't had any idiots recently, so it's been alright. The stream's been nice as well. I haven't had any idiots on here. I've banned a few words on the stream, and you can tell the troll is coming in. The same people are coming in because they're using the same word, the same terminology, and I've banned some words and I'm not seeing it so much, so they took their ammunition away. Do you know what I mean? Hello from Turkey. I've been to Turkey. What part was I in? I went to Ephesus. It was amazing. Ephesus. I went there. It was amazing, that was. Let's go over here. Let's let that stuff kick in. I've got my knee up as well. Look at that. See that? There's me sleeping on my sofa. That's for my knee. I had a really swollen knee. So, loads of water in it there was. So I've been taking collagen again, and I've started making jellies, sugar-free jellies. I don't like doing the jellies because obviously it's pork and I'm trying to quit pork. I have quit pork basically, but I'm having a jelly for my knee. And my joints, some of my joints are hurting quite a bit. My elbows are hurting quite a bit. What's hurting? My left big toe, my left knee, one of my hips, or both. I don't bend down much, so I got some dumbbells there, and I don't do them because it hurts if I bend down. So, and they're a bit heavy to put on my chair. My chairs are not that strong. So, I've got the wrong glasses on. I don't need these on now, do I? No one's here, are they? I got 2 thumbs up, thank you. Appreciate that. So, we've took some of that flower essence. I should turn the TV off, but I don't like being in silence. Do you know what I mean? We've nearly done the positivity puzzle. It's helping. See that? It's free medication, people. If anybody see me on my stream from what I was a couple of weeks ago, you didn't see me in my dark bits because I'm not going to show that, but you can see that I want. Right. One day I can let go. One day I can do what normal people do and say like, oh, it's 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I'm going to go to bed because I can't wait. I remembered it in the past when you're looking forward to getting in the bed because it's a different feeling than being sat on the sofa. Do you know what I mean? That kind of like, and you can turn over and all that and just go, and you kind of sink into the bed. And then you just somewhere along. I'd always struggle to go to sleep a little bit. I'm a bit of a, what do they call it? Burn the candle at both ends too excited to finish the day. Happy when I'm awake the next day. It's the boring bit, going to sleep. You know? But we'll get there. We'll get there. So I thought I'd do some of my insomnia. I don't film it much. I don't like putting negativity on her. It does get on her sometimes. You can't hide it all. But I won't film my dark stuff. Because it's... everybody, people know what it's like, you know, if you've got depression. Or if you've got anxiety. Or if you've got insomnia. Pretty common things those are. You don't really want to... I see loads of people putting it on their thingy, and I can see that's exactly what I go. They're filming their stuff. I filmed a little bit, but I won't film too much. I'd rather film me trying than not trying, because you're putting out that you're struggling, and that means we should all struggle, or somebody out there. The ideal is to show them that, you know, not give up, keep going in it. That's what I do. I fed the negative for years. Doesn't get you better. Doesn't help anybody else. Feed the positive. So try to play a game the other night. I haven't really got a game I like. So, but I did play 3 different games. So been dragging on that one, not wanting to do it. It's almost been like depressing. Every time I've got near it, just drained to want to do it. The puzzles helped. People to chat to help me wash up has helped. Helped me start cooking again. I finally made my own food again. Made my own cabbage again. Once I get past this thing for my son, this bathroom, go back to doing the smaller amounts of work for my dad, and then I can class myself as probably part-time. And then I can, I've already told my, you-know-who's, anyway, in my form. So, no point lying, people. Honesty is a good virtue. And my problem is my rent is very high. But we can get a van and live in a van. I'd rather have a motorhome. But a van I do. But we'll have a go. We won't give up. It'd be hard to pay this rent with a part-time job. That's what worries me. That's why I got to keep thinking about a van. Just to allow me to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. Not allowing anybody to stabilise me. That's the main thing. I went to the park yesterday. I went to 2 parks. Did I do 2? I did 2 on Saturday and 2 on Friday. No, 2, was it Saturday? 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. So 2 parks yesterday. That helps me. A bit of grounding. A bit of natural grounding in nature. Sitting under a tree. Very healing, people. True it is. You wouldn't believe it until you... unless you're really dark, like with a heavy, black, dark depression, and you don't even want to go to the park, but you force yourself and you say to yourself, I'm going to do this for 2 weeks and I wonder if I'll feel a bit better. And obviously force yourself to do some exercise. And in about 2 weeks, for me, I notice a difference. I don't have to force myself to go to the park. I find myself going to the park. And it takes about 2 weeks, I find now. It used to take me probably a couple of months. Wow. It works. And this new remedy, this sleep thing, it's worked twice this week. So I'm happy about that. And it's flowers, so it's natural. It's not going to affect me long term. So I'm getting better. If I can get rid of this gurgling. It's definitely gotten better since I've been doing this vitamin C. These, what is it, 3 grams? I'm doing 3 grams. I'm doing iodine. I'm doing something else. And I'm going to try this flush next week when I've done my son's thingy. Because it's going to take a week. Obviously I can't do it over there because it's going to make you go to the toilet. So... and then my weed, I've not done it. Did I do it on Saturday? No. So I've not done it for, I don't know what day it is. 8 days. I did it once in the last 14 days. So it's not really an addiction. It was a sleep thing. I genuinely blasted it from my sleep. So if I woke up at say 1, I would have done it straight away and I'd been back asleep by about 3. And I would have woken up about 8. And, you know, and I would have felt alright, you know. Not great, because obviously it's in your system. Do you know what I mean? I don't like talking about this because obviously talking about, a substance which is not very positive for other people to hear, because they're going to think, oh, it works for sleep, does it? And then you're putting it out there and they're going to start taking it for sleep, and they're going to end up in the shitty cycle of the worst of insomnia. I had insomnia anyway, but this is like hell. I'm really pissed off I only had an hour of sleep though. Fuck's sake. Yesterday, I woke up at 3:30 a.m. Went back asleep at 7:45, I think, and I got up at 10. So I had 3 and 2, possibly a 3 and a 2. So that's 5. And then I've only had an hour last night. Never mind. Nearly done the jigsaw though. It's definitely helping. Sadly, you can't make money on doing a jigsaw. Maybe you can one day. If I edit a video quite well and do it on a time lapse, can maybe get a few views, make a bit of money off it, pay for my rent. Pay for my rent. Get 1 million views on a jigsaw video. How much would that give you? 10 grand, 20 grand? That's me rent paid for a year. Gotta get some turmeric. That's it. I've run out of turmeric, and that's good for inflammation. So I'm gonna get some turmeric back in. That's good for your joints. It's just in my knee the other day, man. It was on the right side. I took a picture of it, but I'd already started taking the collagen, which had reduced it massively. It was 3 times the size. That's hard to explain, isn't it? It was 3 times bigger on the inner the inner left knee than the right knee was. Just filled with fluid. I took a picture of it after I started doing the collagen, and I did something else. I can't remember what else I took. I can't remember what I took. I think I had an Epsom salts bath as well. I had my foot up for a day, my leg up for a day. I know it's down. It's just a little bit wrinkly, I think, now. So the fluid's coming out of it a bit. And my toe feels a bit better with the collagen. So, and obviously I'm having the jellies now as well. I've got to make the jellies. I'm a bit letting myself down a bit because there's pork. But I suppose what's it called? The collagen drink I'm having, the keto one, is, what's it called? It's got to be some sort of animal thing in that, isn't there? It might be pork. Bovine. What's bovine? I don't know what that is. I'll take my glasses off. Thought I'd film me insomnia. Don't like filming me depression, because when I'm depressed, I speak my truth. And I don't like to do that. Don't like to put that out there. Try to be slightly positive on the channel to help somebody else. Or it gives me something to do, because I can't play a game. Well, I'm trying getting close to it. Learning a new game's a bit of a mountain. Starting a jigsaw is a mountain. But it's getting a bit easier now. Hopefully back to a part-time. Well, not actually working. I only did like 2 weeks. But it was working. It was just enough. I was still getting bad sleep, so I could go up there. One day I couldn't go up there at all. So I only did 3 hours one day, 4 hours the next, 2 hours another day, hour and a half another day. It helped me ride my bike, got me up the hill, made me drink more water, got me out in the sun as well on a couple of days. They need to do something in the system where somebody can feel a bit better by doing a little bit of work slowly. I know you've got volunteering and things like that, but something where they can earn money, but they can only, it's not, you've either got a part-time job, there's no quarter-time job. Do you get what I mean? They could get something like a quarter-time job so somebody can earn some money. So I would class what I was doing was probably a quarter-time job, about 10 hours in a week. So that's a quarter-time job. Do they do that? No, they do part-time jobs. So obviously somebody like me, my I don't want to like to call it a skill, but my skill, let's just say it's skill, I can't think of the word, is to do building work. And obviously building work, you can't just do a quarter-time job unless you're a handyman who has a van, has the public, what's it called, public liability. You have advertisements, you know what I mean? That stuff all costs a lot of money, and you can't do that as a quarter-time job. Do you get what I mean? Because you need more money. That means it's got to be at least probably a half-time job, and I ain't been well enough to do a half-time job. Do you know what I mean? And then if you get unwell and you've got a set job to do on a set time and you've not slept, you can't do it, you know? You just can't do it because you're going to fuck their job up, or you're going to do something wrong. If you're doing electrics, you can't be fucking about with that if you've only had like 2 hours sleep, you know? You can still go there and do certain things. You cut somebody's grass on 2 hours sleep. You can't piss about with somebody's electrics on 2 hours sleep. I tried to do my son's, what was it called? His bathroom last week. And I did a plumbing course years ago when I was first ill. I got through it, passed it, and I hadn't done it for years, so I didn't want to do any blow lamping, whatever you call it, soldering. So I wanted to pipe bend the thingy, but I slightly fucked up the pipe bend. So one of them is a little bit higher than the other one, so it's been making it hard for me to put my platform in. So you can't, it's taken me, I've already done anything over there in a week. A plumber would have had that done, how long have I been there for? Been there for 2 weeks. A plumber would have done it in about 8 days. You can't go and do a job for somebody like that, and you know, they don't have use of their bathroom for 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to accept it. They're going to want their bathroom back. So it's not easy. Do you know what I mean? Volunteering is the only way, but for somebody like me, it's not. It doesn't get me back to what I need to do. I need to get doing building work, or content creation never made me no money anyway, but that's a kind of a hobby that could make you money. That was always my intention. I didn't want to rely on it, you know. One day, you never know. My intention was to get back to my plumbing stroke handyman. I'm just going to call it handyman. I prefer handyman. I get bored repetitively doing the same thing. I've worked in a factory for 5 years, just repeating the same thing over and over again. Didn't like it. Very robotic, very straight line. Do you know what I mean? Repeat, straight line, repeat, straight line, repeat. You know what I mean? So in a week, go back to doing some little bits for my dad, and it helps him as well because he's not able. He's only got one hand. He doesn't move as well. So, and I might make him. So I'm gonna ask him to get. We've been talking about it, but I'm a little bit anxious about driving because I've not driven in 10 years, and I had a lot of problems in my brain where it would skip. What would you call it? Space out. I'd space out a little bit, go off in the distance, and I was a bit worried about driving. So, but we've been speaking about putting me on his. I got a driving license now. Putting me on his car so I can take him shopping. My brother's got a job now, so maybe I can take him shopping, and then I can take him out once in the week, and I can do some part-time work for him, and I can get off the. I've already told him anyway. I've already told the pit. And get off that. I was trying to get off it years ago. That or some anals, keeping me ill. There were some anals. Let's just call them that. Keep a meal every time I was trying to get back up. Anyway. So yeah, but anyway, by doing my son's bathroom, it's quite a hard job what I'm doing. The floor's completely out. So even though it's been hell to do it, it's reminded me of a few things, or I've learned a few things, you know. Obviously I've not learned how to use my blow lamp again. I used my pipe bender, but I did it a bit wrong. I made a mistake. I lost my concentration on the what an idiot, man. I only had to do 4 bends. Did 1 bend. It took me about 3 hours to figure out how to use the bloody. Took me an hour to find the pipe bender. Took me 3 hours to figure out how to start 3, 4. So it took me 3 hours to figure out how to use the pipe bender and watch a load of YouTube videos to remind myself and to learn the measurements again. And I had four bends to do. One was all right, second one was all right, third was all right, and then my brain spaced out, and I didn't think about. Sorry about that finger. The fourth one I did it wrong. So the one pipe was here, coming out at the bottom of the wall, say in my eye line, and the other one's on top of my head. So I've got one going through a timber at the bottom with a notch out, and I've got one going through a hole. So they're like slightly off, and it's caused a bit of a problem going in. Can't do that in somebody's house. It's just not. It's not viable. So it's either part time and never actually get my skills back. No. Volunteer for something like a farm or something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? And not get my actual real skills back, or try and do my things. And that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. Do some little handyman stuff for my dad. Film that. And doing this. I shouldn't have done this. This is too big for me. This was too much. But it's forced me to face some things. My son's not living there. He's living at my dad's at the moment, so that's not a problem. The dog doesn't get much of a walk because he's got dog anxiety. So he's getting he's got a garden to run around in at the moment. So I'm not feeling too bad about that. So the dog's got somewhere to go. My dad's got some company, so I'm not hating the fact that it's taking me a bit longer than it would take a plumber. It's probably taking me 3 times longer than a plumber would. And I've got to try and do the panels probably at the end of the week. I've never done them. So that's going to take me a while, because I'm going to be a bit dubious about cutting them, because they're £50 each. But at least I'm going to learn how to do it. And there's still a few more little teething problems in the room that I've not probably thought through. The floor's a mess. I've got to try and figure out how to make the floor level. So I've got to learn that. It might take me another half a week, so another week and a half. It'll take me... Apparently a plumber will do it in about 8-9 days max. I'm not sure where I am now. I'm already on the 10th day. And I haven't put the shower tray in. The ideal is to put the shower tray in today. But I ain't getting much sleep. So, might not do it today. I'll test the water. Leave it on for a few hours. Make sure there's no leaks. I think you've got to glue. You've got to glue the platform down, then screw it. And the trap that come with it is a bit confusing. It's got like a raised lip on it, and you got to silicone it or something. Well, I siliconed them in the past, but I don't think you could silicone this one, so I'm a bit dubious about that. And it's hard to get to the trap, so if it goes wrong, it's a bit of a problem. So I'm a bit worried about that. I'm a bit anxious about that. But lucky enough, we own below, so if something goes wrong, I can always take the ceiling. Not that it's being rented out at the moment, so. But if something does go wrong, at least I got access. I can get access. So, handyman, I think, part-time job handyman, that's me. And I do me content creation as well. I wanted to do free work for people 5 years ago. 6 years ago, when is it? 7 years ago, I was thinking about doing free work for people, but you need a slightly active YouTube channel to be able to pay for the work. That's always a future possibility as well. So I think we've got to think about getting a motorhome or a van. We've got to get a van so we can live in it. So if we lose our money, we can, because this rent is impossible. I'd have to get a full-time job just to pay for, basically half my month's money would go on my rent. So that's just too much. So I get a van. At least I got somewhere to sleep, and I can still work part-time and try and get to 3/4 time, and then get to full-time. Well, I don't think I'd ever go back to full-time. I'm never doing a 76-hour week again. Never. And I'm never doing a 60-hour week again, unless it's something I enjoy. When you do something you enjoy, it's easy to do long hours. When you don't enjoy it, it's not. So